breakup. So, the next battle took place in between the tans, the grays, and the blues. The blues, the grays, and the greens were all fighting together against, you know who, the tans. Due to the audacity of the tans, they started out losing by really far, and it stayed that way. They were getting bombed left and right. Nothing would survive the grasp of these three allies. As bombs were launched, tans started to lose hope. So they took a step up a notch and went full force. But little did they know the Allies had something, because the main attack was right around here. But the secondary attack was just taking place over here. Because over here, the blues had set up a super army
for duty.
that consisted of 84,000 men, 30 Humvees, and 22 M1 Abrams tanks. So then, tans were getting absolutely dominated in the half of the war. At this point, the tans were losing a ton of people. They've lost over 4,700,622 people. But that didn't strike down their hope. But the Greens, being the powerhouse they were, decided to stop that. They set one of the biggest bombing runs to ever exist in the toy war history. Absolutely tearing down the defenses of the tans. After that happens, the blues had invented a new weapon that would chow down on every single army they had. It was the laser cycler. It was extremely powerful, although the first unit died pretty quickly. This was the most OP weapon to ever exist. So they moved forward. So far, everything was looking great. They had been winning against the dictatorship of the Emperor. But there was just one teeny tiny problem. They had really solidified defenses. By the time they got to the secondary defenses, they were already really low. Food, supplies, and health. But thankfully, due to all of the generals' master of generaling, literally, that's what they called it, they managed to chow down the defenses like a dog chewing on a dog bone until it gets worn out. At this point in the war, it was not looking too great for the tans. But it only got worse. Due to extreme money gain from the war, they had enough money to launch a secondary parachute attempt. And how the heck it worked out so well. Live footage of it. Although one plane was shot down, many paratroopers had entered, meaning very bad stuff for the tans. the Tans were trying their best to develop a strategy, but they just kept getting bombed by Greens. There was a point where the Greens' army length, and get this, they're only a republic, right? Was bigger than the Empire's. They just kept getting mowed down until they finally lost hope. And they ended up perishing after the next bombing took place. Due to the extreme amount of bombs being dropped. It was over 4.70 trillion tons. And they also did a little bit of friendly fire. But it was definitely worth it. Tans were now gone. And see you in the next.